the stones. No broken promises, no busy tones. Just what it takes, just make believe. No one belongs to anything.
From the Peterson Health Digital Studio at Pint and Plow Brewing Company, this is The Lead Live. It is September 21st, 2023. It's almost to end of the week, folks, and a spectacular weekend ahead of us here in beautiful Kerr County. We've got a big show today. A sort of shockingly big show. People just showed up. It's great. And I got Clifton around somewhere, too. I got to drag him on here, kicking and screaming. The Lead is brought to you by Peterson Health. For all your health service needs, they are there for you. They're elevating health in Kerr County and the Hill Country. Shrine University, they're celebrating their 100th anniversary this year. Ken Stopel Ford, for all your service needs, go see them. They're like the hospital. Fitch Estate Sales. And our good friends over at Gibson's Discount Center. Go visit them. They have a little bit of everything for you. Wild Birds Unlimited, Nemke Physical Therapy, and K-Pub. Safe, reliable, and yours. And our good friends at Kerrville Pets Alive, Killdeer Manufacturing, and Arcadia Live. They have their back porch thing going on the deck thing. State Farm, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. The Hill Country Podcast with Tom Fox. Fresh and Fit with Wende Jones and Greg A. Richards, attorney at law. And of course, the Kerrville Convention and Visitors Bureau is here. We drug Leslie on against her will today. Napa Auto Parts, Kerr County Abstract and Title Company, Texas Hill Country Advisors, and the good folks over in the Hills. And of course, we are live from Pint and Plow. Come by and have a cup of coffee or a beer or something. There you go. Don't forget also to go by and visit Ken Stopel Ford for all your service needs. Make an appointment today at 830-257-5557. That's how we roll on this 2-bit radio show. We just make it happen. Yesterday we had the controversy of controversies. It was fascinating. Leslie Jones, she saw it happen. She saw it. It's really, this was brought to my attention by, here it is, everybody. Now my guests can't see it, but the pride flag is flying in downtown Kerrville atop the tower there. And Leslie, what's your reaction?
I'm impressed. I don't know how it's hard not to be impressed.
I'm telling you what, I'm impressed by the fact that the conversation has started. I mean, it's
the conversation has been quite interesting to watch as well. Some of it's not that surprising.
No. Yeah, because one of the things that was interesting was that we got somebody who was complaining about being told what to do by liberals and how they are nothing but liberals were awful and leftists and they can't talk to them. And then the lady finished it off with saying that racism is mostly from black people.
Yeah, well, those racists also out themselves. So
yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
Now we can put a face to a name.
Yeah, there it is, Leslie Jones. How are you?
I'm good.
You're in your office. There's boxes everywhere.
Yes, I'm waiting on... I'm still waiting on my new office furniture. I'm getting a new desk.
Right.
Because I got upgraded to a bigger room. So I haven't fully unpacked yet.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's good to have you, though, on the show, though. I don't know what happened to Wendy. I don't know where she's at today. Andrew's out there.
One of those days, I think.
Andrew's out there grooming people.
He's at Leadership Kerr County.
He's at Leadership Kerr County. Then they're grooming people because you know what's going to happen, Leslie. And I told you this a little bit. Yeah. What's going to happen inevitably? They're going to create their class, right? And then they're going to brag about it, and then that's going to cause some kind of like fight. They're like little gangs. They're basically gang warfare.
Yeah, it is kind of like a little gang.
It's unbelievable, but we'll make it work. So some good stuff.
Get the rocks off somehow.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. Leslie, let me introduce my guest for today, and Kim Wygant's here from the library. She wants to get the hell out of here as soon as possible. So I'll put this microphone a little closer. How are you, Kim? Oh, we can turn you on.
Turn her on.
Yeah.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Kim is the youth services librarian for our good folks at the Kerrville Buttholdsworth Memorial Library. And then, of course, we have the mighty, the powerful, the man who can tell you first and foremost the joys of renovating a Victorian home, Kevin Pillow. How are you, Kevin?
Good morning. I'm good.
You're good. You got stuff to talk about too.
I do. There's been exciting stuff going on.
Absolutely. Before we do that, I don't know what happened to Wendy. She's usually on time, but that's okay. We can make it work without her. We made a donation, and I told you, Leslie, that we made a donation for the Bill Pete books.
I was there.
They're here. Here is the first book we bought, Capey
Nice.
Bobby, which is written in 1966 by Bill Pete, and it's about they decided to get a real capybara as a pet in the 60s, and it's a whole little story. It's all beautifully animated. He was a Disney artist, so it has a very Disney feel to it, which might probably cause some problems for the library because it has Disney in it. You know, they might have to ban that. I don't know. There's a whole process that Kim's going to have to deal with because I gave her all these books. But they're just delightful, right? So here's a book about a lion, Leslie, Eli. These are just great little books, you know? And
The illustrations are great.
yeah, I mean, okay, like what does this scene look like to you? From what Disney movie does this look like it might be from?
Jungle Book.
Yeah, absolutely. The Jungle Book that looks like it. Oh, here's Wende Jones. She's on scene now. Wendy, how are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Good. We're just talking about live books, so hold on a second, all right? So I'm gonna we'll get you guys here in a second. But yeah, so they're just delightful. And I think that a lot of kids, you know, like little kids, you know, it's got story to it. It's got the great art. I mean, these look like the critters from the Beatles, the John, Paul, Ringo, Yoko group, whatever that was. So there you go. That's what we've got. So Kim, tell me, because I know you want to get out of here as soon as possible. But Kim, tell me a little bit about now there's a process, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you didn't know about these books initially, but now you've seen them, you're like, okay, now this makes sense. This is familiar to me, right?
Yes.
Somebody you had to put a face with a name.
Yes,
so.
I did. Mm-hmm.
So you went through them. Did they look okay? Like you might be able to use these somewhere?
Like I said, flipping through them, I'll pass it by Danielle as well.
Yeah.
And then we'll see about the process of getting them in, because then we have to worry about, the wrapping of it to make sure they last a little longer.
Yeah, yeah. They're kind of. I mean, they only come in. The sort of the softback, paperback. Yeah. So those will get pretty worn out pretty quickly, though.
Yes.
But that's okay, though. I think it's okay that if you have a kid that really wants to read, and they take that book and they kind of read through it a few times, and it gets a little worn, I'm okay with that. I'm good with that, because these are only $8 a piece. So that was a great investment. I probably should have gotten a duplicate pair, just for we have a children's library at home. Mm-hmm. Not that we have any more kids that are coming to our house anymore, but it's just kind of fun to have. We have it in the corner with all the kids' books, and we have some areas, a little reading area over there. So when the grandkids come over, they have a little space. But they're now 7 and 9. But I think they would both like these books, though. I mean, that's for a 7-year-old or 8-year-old. This is a pretty good read, and it's got great pictures in it too. Which one are you going to read first?
I am probably going to read the capybara one.
Yeah.
Capybara, Capybobby.
Capybobby, right.
The idea of a college student trying to make his own zoo sounds fairly funny.
Fairly funny, yeah. In the 1960s. And that was something that people did back in the day. Now, you couldn't do that today there, but which makes it even more interesting. So that's something that we'll have to look at here. So in your role as the children's librarian, what are the kids what are they reading right now? Like, is this something that would appeal to them, or is it just am I just too old-fashioned in this?
I think that good stories never die.
That's the way it goes. Good stories never die. And but do kids like the picture books still?
Absolutely. I mean, even the classics like Make Way for Ducklings still checks out.
Yeah, right. This is one of those things where it's really interesting to look at. And I picked these books again. Like, this was a book from my childhood. Let me grab this one right here. This is Ella, written and illustrated by Bill Pete. Let me go back to my camera for a second. Yeah, these are the kind of books that I read. I could look at the back, this has the whole collection of his work. And I think he died in 2000, 2001, around that period. But you can just tell, his style is fun. the little funds. There's all these little books about the cabooses who got loose. I don't know if I have that one on there or not. Is Caboose got loose on that? I didn't get the caboose who got loose. Oh, there it is. There it is. That caboose got loose. So we got a lot of little fun books here, and I'm just really excited to see how this goes over. And if Daniel doesn't approve it, then dang it, I want him back because I'll read them myself. So, do you have people that donate books to the library every once in a while, or?
We absolutely do, and anything that a lot of our collection comes from things that have been donated, that, either to replace ones that have been worn out or just maybe fill in some holes.
Right.
And even things we don't use go downstairs to raise money for the Friends of the Library Bookstore to raise funds for library programming and things like that.
Right. Yeah. That would be that's the way it goes as well. Les, did you ever see any of these kind of books before, or were you?
Yeah, I vaguely remember Caboose on the Loose as a kid.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've seen that lion one before. So
Eli.
I think if I saw him, it would
that's what happened to Kim, right? Kim was kind of triggered, like, oh, this is what this. There's here. Hold up that one up again. There it is. Yeah, Eli.
Eli kind of rang some bells with my.
Yeah, that one brings back a memory for me too.
Right. So there you go, Kim. Those books are yours. Take them.
Why, thank you so very much.
You're welcome. And I'm glad you could come down and be on the show and put up with my shenanigans and everything else. But hold on for a minute. We're not done with you yet. Okay. Les, Wende Jones is live. Wearing her gang hat, 830. 830!
Support local.
Support local, right. 830. But a lot of people here, it's interesting the area code thing now. Kevin and I both grew up under the shadow of the 714, right? So you were a 714 guy, right?
I believe, I think so.
That was on Redlands, right? So 830, but now it's changed so many times. It's split off so many times. You can't really.
It's grown so much.
Yeah. So could you still be an 830 and a 210 person too at the same time, or a 512? That seems to be the most common, area codes here in Texas.
Yeah, I was a 512 for many years.
Now you're a proud 830.
Proud 830 since 2009.
A little bit of good news for you. I had some inquiries from the Peterson people. Are like, hey, who was that trainer that was talking the other day? And I'm like, oh, that was Wende Jones.
Oh yeah, I met with them yesterday actually.
Did you? What happened? What happened exactly?
Well, I don't know if I should say just yet, but they
like what you said, huh?
Yeah, they did.
That's good. All right, congratulations. See, we're connecting you.
Yeah, and I love Peterson, by the way, too. Yeah. They literally saved my life one time. I give them, there's nothing I wouldn't do for Peterson Hospital. Right.
The interesting thing about it, we're going to have another one of their people on tomorrow, who I think was on the show, Kate. Well, anyway, Kate, whatever. She's going to be on the show tomorrow with Brenda Thompson from the Dietrich Center and Paige Summer from the Dietrich Center. We're going to talk about falls again. And so, that's what one of our plans tomorrow is to do that. But, I think you made an impression. So,
well, that's wonderful. She told me that. I was very glad to hear that.
Yeah. Well, it was a good topic because one of the things we've talked about with Peterson before is, mobility. And once you are immobile, it's really a bad situation for a lot of people. Anyway, but what do you got for us today? What's going on today with you?
I was going to talk today about free things that you can do. Free, not three, but free things you can do that will improve your health because people like free things.
Yeah, right.
So some of this I've talked about on the show before, but I'm going to give 4 free things you can do every single day to improve your health. And I mean, really improve your health. The first one is breath work. We've talked about before, but, and there's tons of breathing techniques and gurus online about how to do the proper breath work. So I recommend just Google, breath work and see which technique that you like the best. The second thing is grounding, which we've also talked about, where you get barefooted and you go outside and you get in the grass or the sand or the dirt. And sunlight, which you can get at the same time you're grounding. And no sunglasses, no glasses, no contacts. Just let the sunlight absorb into your eyes. So those 3 things you can do actually all at the same time. You can have your feet on the ground, getting the sun, and doing breath work all together. And then the next thing is taking a cold shower, which everybody could do. You don't need a cold plunge. You don't need a icy lake to go jump in. Just take a cold shower. Tons of benefits for the lymphatic system. And I'm actually going to talk about that tomorrow, specific to the lymphatic system. And then exercise. We've talked a bunch of times on here about how people can exercise for free. So if anybody still doesn't know how to do that, let me know, and I'll give you lots of advice on how to exercise for free. So breath work, grounding, sunlight, and specifically into your eyeballs, and a cold shower and exercise. Those are all simple, free things that people can do every single day that'll make a big impact on overall health.
See, maybe I should do that. I read this something the other day that, the cold showers, that's really what you should do in the morning. It really helps wake you up.
It does. There's a lot of benefits. Yeah. And the whole lymphatic system, it's a huge topic. And I am, like I said, going to talk specifically on that tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But we all need to be paying attention to our lymphatic system, and cold shower is just an easy thing to help drain out the lymphatic system.
Right. Yeah, that's something that's key. Because if you don't do it, what happens to you? What you just become lethargic and grubby and weird?
You become very inflamed, and inflammation is what leads to almost, I don't know if it's all disease or almost all disease, but inflammation leads to some really bad things.
Right. Exactly.
So we need to keep inflammation out of the body, which I'll throw a plug in here for the hyperbaric oxygen chamber, because that helps a lot with inflammation as well.
What about climbing stairs for like 2,000 steps? How does that affect inflammation? Right, Leslie?
Yeah, it inflames.
It inflames. Yeah, it causes exercise causes oxidative stress. So, yeah, we have to battle the stress on the body from exercise, but it's possible.
It's very possible. What do you anything going on this weekend with you?
I'm trying to get some work done this weekend at some of my rental properties and out at the ranch, and trying to find good people to help me out with some labor projects this weekend.
Oh, all right. Labor projects are always fun. So
hard to find people to do labor.
All right. Good seeing you. I'm glad you're here. Maybe I'll stop by today.
Okay, I'll be here.
All right. See you later.
All right. Bye.
Leslie Jones, what do you got for us today? Hold on a second here.
All kinds of stuff. I'm going to try and pull in Andrew and share my screen. This is the new for me. Share screen and camera.
I'm yelling at Clifton right now.
Are you?
Yeah. You're trying to share your
screen. Did it work?
No.
Can you see my screen?
No.
Well, how embarrassing. Okay, I guess I'm not sharing.
Well, he has a switcher, so that's probably how he does some of his stuff.
He has all the fun doodads.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. There's probably a way to do it. I haven't figured it out, but
it's fine. This was on the fly. So
yeah.
Here we are live.
Yeah.
You got a lot of stuff going on today. You have, of course, the Kerr Arts and Cultural Center has exhibits that you can go see for free. Art in Glass by Patrick McDaniel and the Kerrville Art Club Members Show. And then, of course, Paint Kerrville's been going strong all week. So you'll see lots of area outdoor painters, or not painters from all over the state, will be painting live scenes all over the Hill Country in the Kerrville area. So they're still doing that today. They'll be turning in all their work as the day goes by. All works will be submitted by tomorrow. And then you can see them on the walls of Kerr Arts and Cultural Center. Saturday, they'll have a little party. And then, of course, in the morning, they'll do a quick draw event in downtown Kerrville. So that's very exciting. Of course, Fossils Clues to the Past over at Riverside Nature Center is still going on, free and educational for the kiddos. They'll have Sprouts this morning at 10:30. So if you want to get your pre-K kid signed up, you can go enjoy their reading program. Let's see, 40th Annual Roundup Exhibit Show and Sale over at Museum of Western Art still going strong. $7 gets you in to see that exhibit. Beautiful exhibit. Celebrate 40 years with Museum of Western Art. And then it's already the third Thursday of the month. So third Thursday trivia. I said too many things in there, is going on this evening at 6:30 at Arcadia Live. I don't know if they have any tables left, so you might have to call or try to weasel your way onto a team. But that'll kick off at 6:30, and I believe KPA is sponsoring this one, so it'll be pet
that's
themed.
why that's why they don't want me to do it this
That's
time.
why they didn't want you. Yeah.
All right. KPA.
Not because you were stirring the pot.
Right.
It's because it's for KPA. So that's tonight at 6:30. So that should be a good time. And then over at the rest of the day, Yogi Bear is going to kick off a Halloween weekend starting tomorrow at Jellystone RV.
Nice.
So that'll be exciting for a lot of kids activities. And then let's see, we also have a ton of live music happening tomorrow. It's quite the lineup. The Him and Her Band will be playing live at Pine Plow tomorrow. So will the Unknowns over at Joanne Marie and Me. Live music by Tim Porter and Gary Hatch at Cafe at the Ridge. And let's see, Eli Buck Davis will be at Southern Sky Music Cafe. And then, of course, free live music on deck at Arcadia on Friday evening for you to enjoy. That's brought to you by Jam Broadcasting.
Nice.
Karaoke night at the Inn Pub. If you want to go show off your musical stylings over that way. And then Toby and Charlie will be live at the Trailhead tomorrow. So a lot of live music.
Toby and Charlie live at the Trailhead.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Let's see. Over at Shriner University still in the Hands and Fine Art Center, there'll be the Flag is Up Student Theater Company will be doing their production of Hamlet. So that opens tomorrow. They'll have 7:30 showings on Friday and Saturday, and then a Sunday matinee at 2:30. So go support the arts, support some local theater. That should be a very entertaining production. And then let's see when we get into the meat of it, because on Saturday the Kerrville Triathlon kicks off. So you've probably already seen an uptick in traffic.
Yes.
As all of the athletes have come into town. You will be seeing road closures. The city of Kerrville has already posted those, so just be aware that your traffic this weekend might look a little different, and we're going to be nice and kind and patient as best as we all can. So they'll kick off their day on Saturday and then be here on Sunday, so good luck to all those participating. Of course, the Saturday Farmers Market at River Hills Mall will be 9 to 1. That's the Heart of the Hills Farmers Market. And then Hat and Heart Farm will be doing a pop-up here at Pine and Plow, as they usually do on Saturdays these days from 9 to 1. So that's a local farmer, so you can get some great produce. And he can pickle a mean green bean if you haven't had them.
That's what I heard. People were like buying them on they're addictive apparently.
They are. There's I don't know what he puts in them besides pickling, but there's something. And then, of course, the other big to-do this weekend is the Texas State Arts and Crafts Fair in its 51st year. Jenneth has talked to us some about it, but that'll kick off on Saturday, 10 to 5, and then, of course, Sunday on 10 to 5. I believe if you get your $10 ticket on Saturday, it still applies for Sunday, so that's a great deal. There's over 100 artists that will be participating, so this is a great event. All the great food vendors are there. There's a lot of great kids activities. So you want to get out there and also support the arts. This is how to do that.
And guess who's here, by the way, for to tell us a little bit about. Clifton's here. Hey, Clifton's here to tell us about what he's got going on. Oh, with that microphone right in front of you. Right.
Exciting.
Right here. Yeah. Clifton, what's your event going to be on Sunday?
On Sunday from 6 until 8, we have a dance extravaganza, and we have. I think it's 8 different dancers that will be showing up. They'll be doing multiple dances, country western, ballroom, folklorical. We just found a folklorical dancer from Shriner University.
Nice.
She's incredible. We're going to have ballroom dancing, line dancing, praise dancer, and let's see. And then there's a couple of other dancers that will be there. And that will be from 6 to 8. It's free to the public. We do have food and water and tea to drink.
Okay.
So bring your own chair. Come on out. And we will be at the Texas Arts and Crafts Fair on Sunday at 10 o'clock. Ashley and I will be doing a gospel set.
Oh, nice.
And then at 11 o'clock.
Oh, that'll be lovely.
And then at 11 o'clock, the Ghost of the Pleasure Garden will be playing a blues set. So
very
we're
nice.
going back to back.
Back to back. That's going to be great. That's going to be a nice. People
Even more reason.
Yeah. I guess we won't see you at Barnett Chapel on Sunday.
No, but I'll be there in spirit.
All right,
Okay.
I'll raise you up and say please pray for those people. They're at Stonehenge. So
no, when Reverend Frosty say coming down
he's just
my
spreading
alley,
the gospel
you
at
can tell him
Stonehenge.
that's where Clifton is.
yeah, you're coming down my alley.
Yeah,
You're not coming down my street. I'm coming down your alley.
that's right.
All right. All right. So Leslie, what else we got?
Also on Saturday night at the Hill Country Youth Event Center, you have the Kerr County Stock Show's 40th annual fundraiser. Theme will be Rubies and Riata Western Gala. That'll kick off at 5. Hayden Baker will be performing, and then of course food, auction, game, and dancing. So that'll be a good time to support the stock show. More live music with Enlo playing at Cafe at the Ridge on Saturday evening. Homer Wisenet will be playing at Central Provisions, room 7 to 9, which we had a great time at Central Provisions.
Yeah, we did
this weekend. So get on down there and enjoy.
There was that one
shindig.
guy that was like he just bought us everything.
Oh, I know.
It was crazy.
He
wanted to just talk
wild.
to us. We were trying to avoid
to
them.
you. I had no desire to talk to him.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
You also have Tones Country by Pier 27 playing on Saturday night, and Rick Rainier Band at the Inn Pub. Of course, Kerrville Triathlon will be going strong on Saturday and Sunday as well, so just to be aware. And Sunday, if you're not going to be out at the Texas Arts and Crafts Fair or the triathlon, or you're just kind of already done that for the day, you can then go enjoy Sunday Fun Day with Beers and Bingo off Main Brewing starting at 2 p.m. And that gets you through your whole weekend. It's going to be quite the time.
It'll be quite the time. Parts. And also Saturday, just a reminder that the library is having an event that I'm going to be speaking at. And I'm not sure why.
They let you speak?
I don't,
what are you going to talk about?
Well, they threw me out of Arcadia, so then the library said, well, you come over here, Amestoy, and you tell us.
So you've moved it on down the road.
Yeah. Oh, will you be there for that, Kim?
For the readers, writers?
Yes.
No, I won't be there, but Rachel Carruthers will be definitely there.
She will definitely be there because she's the one that I've been blowing her off for weeks, and she's like, I think she's done with me. But I guess I'm talking about podcasting, which I told her, I said, I'm not really a podcaster. I mean, I kind of do the show, which is kind of like a podcast, but I haven't updated.
This is like a visual format.
Yeah, this is it's the same deal. It's a 2-bit show. That's all it is.
It is.
Maybe I should just do a reading of these books.
Someone's got to be an expert on it.
Leslie, if I do a reading of KP Bobby, would you come to that?
Of course I would.
Okay. All right. Kim, can we arrange that? Can I do a reading? Can we have a reading moment with the kids from I can do some. Maybe I don't read KP Bobby, but maybe I could read Caboose on the Loose or the Caboose that got loose. That would be fun. Don't you have people come and read to kids?
I do actually. Usually for the Wednesday story time.
I will. At what time?
Our story time on Wednesdays is from 10 to 11.
I will do it. You do it. You let me know, and I'll be there, and I'll read some of these books once they're approved through the thing.
Okay.
Do you think there's any chance they may not be approved? I mean, what would deny it? Let's think about this from an anti-woke person's perspective. 1, the guy worked for Disney, strike 1. 2, he's from California, strike 2.
It's Lewis.
Yeah. Oh, Amestoy gave it, strike 3. I mean, those are all pretty big issues to overcome. Do you think it's going to happen?
Time will tell.
All right. Very good. All right. Thank you, Kim. You're free now. If you want to stay, you can stay, but you're free now. Clifton, tell us more about your event. This is like the 3rd or 4th one in a row you've done now.
It's the 3rd one, I think.
Yeah.
And we've gathered a lot of excitement around it because people like to see other people dance. Or they like to see other artists, and so it's always a big event for Doyle. It serves the community well. It brings in people from all over the community of Kerrville. Right. And it's just a good time.
One other quick thing, Barbara Gaither pointing out too, and I don't know if we have this on the calendar, we should, but Barbara's saying that, remember, that the 27th annual Dan Gatewood Memorial Golf Tournament is on Saturday. That supports the Lions Club. And I think that's that.
Lions Club did not tell us about that.
Oh, we got to get them. But they were on the show during Nonprofit Week and they talked about it. But I got to go. I think I have some of the information. I gave it to Maya. It's all Maya's fault. So anyway, we'll figure it out. So that's coming up. The dance extravaganza, I brought my daughter-in-law to it like 2 years ago, and she just thought it was the greatest thing ever. So
I remember that because she was. Some of the moves that the belly dancers was doing, she was right there with her. Some of the dances.
Right. Yeah. She. I told her that the other day. I said, we're doing that dance. She said, that was just the most fun. I just loved that piece of it. See.
And we have a great playground as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We have a great playground over at the Doyle. So my grandsons rated it very highly. It was in their top 3 here in Kerrville. So.
But when we did the DSC Says program, I mean, it was full of kids. The playground was.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a great babysitting too.
Babysitting, right. Now, do you know all these people here, Clifton? Do you know Kevin Pillow? Have you guys met before?
Yes, I think we have met.
Yeah, right. Kevin Pillow.
She was at the event last week.
Yes, she was. Yeah, you were making those castanets, right? And I made mine. I have it somewhere still, and it just said.
I've got mine in the truck.
Yeah, that was fun. Somebody broke mine, and then Lois Shaw and I couldn't figure out. Lois Shaw couldn't figure out how to do it. And I had to help her a little bit. And did you know that BK Gamble? This is a true story. She's been trolling me on text messages. Leslie, I told you this story, right?
You did.
But let me just tell you, let me set it up for you. So I have this gluten issue, right? And you kind of have to make it aware because gluten's in everything, and it's just one of those deals. And I don't like it. I don't have to do like if I had, my preference would be all wheat all the time. But So she says, have you tried these gluten-free Oreos? And she sends me a picture of them. I'm like, yeah. They're the same thing as the regular Oreos, addictive and evil. And she keeps sending me pictures of them. She's really mean. And she won't come on the show, but she's just trolling me. I mean, it's just out anyway. But is that how BK operates? Do you think?
No, she's a little bit nicer at the doll center.
Oh, she doesn't troll people like that?
No.
Okay. All right. So it's just me. Kevin Pillow came on today with purpose, though. His ideas are that it's time to talk about birding, and we're heading into, I don't know how you describe it, less hellish, but still dry. What's going on as far as your...
It's still a mess. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and we're seeing it from the birds. I mean, we're in the middle of fall migration.
Yeah.
And a lot of these waterfowl follow the riparian ways that go through hill country. It's really important.
Right.
And let's face it, a lot of those aren't even there this year. You know, if they're not there, they're low, and it's creating some really different birds.
Someone's knocking on your door there, Clifton.
Clifton's home.
All the way from the doll center.
Oh, all right.
It's probably BK bringing Oreos.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They asked me to come back.
Yeah, down on the river, right at Guadalupe and Plaza, a lot of folks are getting a good look at a first ever Kerrville bird called a limpkin.
What is that?
It's a weird prehistoric looking large waterfowl, brown spots. It's fairly normal to the Florida coast over on the Gulf side. The people who go to Florida see them all the time. But this year's been that year for just things that aren't supposed to be there. You know, we had the great flamingo invasion this year. Only birders know about that. But all over the eastern half of the U.S., flamingos out of the Yucatan got blown up from hurricanes and started showing up in places like Pennsylvania, et cetera. We're not real sure why the limpkin's back there, but he's been giving everybody a real good look. If you want to see him, you can come to us. We'll walk you down there. Or go to Guadalupe Park and kind of look back towards the Dietert Center, spend a little time, get your glasses. You won't miss him. A large bird with this really long bill. He's working in those shallows and flats behind Dietert. There's some areas over there that used to be underwater, now that are just beach. And he's actually known for getting snails, apple snails. And if you can get a look at him, I'll give you the cool birder fact on him. Look at the tip of his bill. It actually curves to the right a very small amount. And that mimics the direction of the snail so that he can get the food out of the snail.
Wow.
Why he's down there, who knows? He may stay, but it seems like limpkins are moving throughout the U.S. We're starting to get pairs show up this year, even in Pennsylvania again, some of the others up east. But to have it here in Kerrville is quite exciting. But he also came with a couple of his friends, which were 3 tricolored herons.
Wow.
Cool birds. They're all hanging in the same area. And then if you're an experienced birder, Isaac and I have also got glass on what we call a white morph reddish egret. I know that sounds like birder talk, and you'd have to know bill colors. It's actually a classification of bird or a subclassification of the reddish egret that we don't get here. So those 3 are easy on the river, but you know, most of the fun people are having in their own backyards right now. It's migration, and Lord only knows what shows up in your backyard. It's constant warbler ID for us, and oriole ID, and of course hummingbirds. We're in the middle of hummingbirds. General peak in hill country is 15th to about the 22nd, so you can't be any more in the middle of it. Most of the hummingbirds you're seeing right now are rubies, even though they don't show that big red gorget, that throat muscle. You can tell them, look at their wings. The rubies' wings will go just slightly extended past the tail. When the black chins are residents, they've pretty much moved out. They'll have a shorter wing. And this is the time of year you can get the oddballs. We can get everything from rufous to, you know, just different type of hummingbirds. So it's a lot of fun to sit out there and watch them. But for me, it's warblers. I'm not good with them. And I learned yesterday a lot about warblers. So.
What is it to learn about a warbler? What do you? Is it just not your jam as far as the?
You know, trying to ID them. We get about 30 of them that'll come through here, and many of them are really similar. Yesterday, the big controversy. All the I know birders are going to be. Birders understand this. Non-birders don't. The big controversy yesterday, believe it or not, was a Nashville warbler. Comes through. It's kind of a dullish yellow bird with an eye ring. Well, there was one spotted up in Dallas that's obviously coming our way that I'll be heading, and I think I've had one in the backyard that's called a brown morph, or a lighter brown color. He's a dull brown warbler with a yellowish tint. You really have to look for the eye ring. He's got a solid eye ring, and he'll come into water this time of year, and with our drought situations, water and fruits and jellies seem to be what everybody's getting them on. Warblers don't really come to birdseed. I can't sell warbler food for the Lord of it. But warblers come through, and you've just got to be there. They're not going to be there tomorrow. They'll come through. We're having a real good hit down in the comfort area of warblers. Bibi down there is just having a banner year. She emails me every morning with different birds in her yard.
Wow.
It's just amazing. And of course, Baltimore Orioles, which anybody who's lived up north, you know what the classic orange and black Baltimore Oriole looks like.
I'd like to see that. I mean, I'm still enraptured by the Cardinals.
Oh, absolutely.
But I would love to see that, myself. I bought a new 600 millimeter lens.
Ooh.
Yeah, 150 to 600. Ooh. Yeah, and I just need to take it down the river trail and see what I can get.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, it's amazing.
Now's the time of year. Baltimore's are down there. I get a couple of reports, and I tell you what, that 600 would work real good on that Limpkin.
Yeah, it would. I'm like, okay, if I just go down to the Dieter Center and work the trail a little bit, then
get us a better picture, except our cell phone through a binocular kind of picture.
Right. No, I got the 600 millimeter piece of glass, and my cameras are like machine guns, so they just done.
Fun.
So, and what's amazing is that that 600 millimeter lens, which is a f5 to 6.3. Really does great in the daylight. I mean, it's just phenomenal. So, and I was taking a picture the other day at Shriner Soccer, and I was at the inline, shooting the other side of the field, and got crystal clear images from 100 yards away. So I know that I can get. I know that throw is pretty strong, so I'm excited about it.
Well, and new toys, you know how it is. New toys are always fun to get out and play with.
Yes, so good, so good. What's going on at the store? What did you bring to show us today?
This year I don't think I've been back since I went to Summer Market.
Yeah.
We really had a good focus at Summer Market this year up in Indianapolis. I got to meet with a lot of the givebacks. One of our focuses was always trying to find something that gives back or something that's local. This year in particular, our franchise did really good at getting some people in that were givebacks, that were direct givebacks. So I've been having a lot of fun. I got to meet with a lot of these people who make these products. They're a small company. Some of them aren't so small. One of the ones, a lot of people, I don't know where we can show those or see those.
You got it right there.
On
right, yeah.
Those are follows.
Yeah, right.
A lot of people may have seen follow bracelets. They're a whole lot of fun. They run about $17, great for the stocking stuffer. What's cool about these? There's probably 20 different animals.
Hold it again. I got a tight shot on you. There's your camera right there. See, look at that.
So you'll notice this is the elephant. So it's got a little bead, and then it's got a semi-precious on there. Really good. The kids love to wear them. I used to say it was going to be the thing for the kids, and I have to tell you, I'm a little hooked on these. With this bracelet inside of this package, you're going to get a ID card that'll have a QR code on it.
Yeah.
You zap the QR code, and it's going to give you a particular animal. Each bracelet is individually tracked to that particular animal. So what you can do is go on that app and follow the animal. Now I'm thinking, okay, blah, blah, this is very gitchy. So the first animal that the lady gave me was a wrinkle-nosed hammerhead shark that was actually tagged while pregnant down in the Gulf of Mexico. I loaded it on my phone, and I'm thinking, okay, how's this going to work? I pop it on there, and she's kind of roaming around the edge off Louisiana.
Really?
She has her baby. You can follow her tracking all the way around. Well, in the last 2 months, she's made her way around the tip of Florida. She's actually up off the East Coast, off the continental shelf. What was fun for me to watch when the hurricanes were coming up, they would go to deeper water. And I say they because I'm thinking I'm tracking one shark. Well, it gives you all this great information on the sharks. So you get all this great information on the sharks. And what happens is wrinkle-nosed hammerhead sharks travel in schools of about 1,000.
Wow.
Imagine being, taking a little swim and coming across 1,000 wrinkle-nosed hammerhead sharks.
Yeah, right.
Those are some, grew up in California, man, hammerhead sharks are scary-looking dudes. So that was really cool. And a portion of everything that goes from follow goes to the charity. So my hammerhead goes to Deep Blue, which works for that. So we were thrilled to find that. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Conscious Step socks. I actually got to sit and have lunch with these two girls, two Let's see if we get them on there.
Let's see. Yeah, they're there.
We had these two young ladies, I'm going to say 30-somethings for lack of a better word. Two young ladies that I got to meet, just absolutely full of energy. And when I got talking to them, I had a blast. This one, a portion of the proceeds, as you can see, goes to violence against women.
Nice.
And they've got them in shorties, or what I call ankles, and 2 different sizes. This one, Leslie, kitty cats, goes to the UN organization that the Best Friend Animal Society that focuses on cats. And in recognition, of course, of next, 2 weeks from now.
I'll take that one.
Breast cancer awareness.
Let me have that one.
So as the girls told me, and I can only say this because they say that, but save the tatas. Is
Look
what
at
they
that.
say, so.
Leslie. They're all shapes and sizes, too. It's
So,
fabulous.
yeah, and they're just fun, and they're the girls have been wearing them. They're just really good.
I'm gonna wear
high-quality
these myself.
socks. They're fun.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the other one, and this one's going to get kind of special. Where'd it go?
Right here. There you
This
go.
one's going to get kind of special. This is Doghouse Rock. This one's a little out of our realm, but this was a husband and wife called Give Pet. And what they do is they sell, of course, the bags to us. They've got lots of different flavors. The one I brought is Doghouse Rock, which has peanut butter, banana, and bacon. I think we know the Elvis connection there with Doghouse Rock.
Yeah.
But they got lots of different ones. They got crunchies, they got softies. But stores like mine, for every 100 bags that we sell, they send me another 100 bags to give locally to local charities. Now, I was a little concerned when I got these. I'm thinking, man, 100 bags of these is a lot of bags. How
Right.
are we going to do this? We put these out, 1st of August, I think it is. And I'm pretty proud to say that by the end of this week, we'll be taking out 200 bags to 2 local charities. One of them you guys know real well, Kerr Pets Alive, and the other one will be Freeman Fritz. Like I say, softies, dogs, and the end of
I'm
this
surprised
month,
Karen Guerrero and Brendan Hughes have shown up and just taking that stuff right off your hands. Or,
she's going to get 100 bags. She
Yeah.
doesn't have to.
Right.
I just love the way this company works. They give them directly, and they let us take them to the charity of our choice. We get to pick. It stays local. It's not like, some massive charity that we don't know where
Yeah,
it goes with.
right.
So it stays local. I can take them over. And cool thing is, when that shipment of those 200 bags comes in, we also have cat treats coming. So,
Oh, boy.
So far every dog
Leslie's
has loved them.
smiling.
Yeah. So far every dog has loved these. Leslie, you're going to be my test market. Cats, they tend to look at stuff and they turn their nose and go, "Really? Not me."
Not me.
So we need Leslie and her kitties and some of the cat people to. I want to get some of these into your hands, and if the cats gobble them up, then we know we've got a hit on our hands.
Leslie, this is
Happy to help.
You got to hear the story, Leslie. So my daughter-in-law, right? She's got a cat, I don't know. It's like one of those Maine Coon. Is it a Maine Coon cat? It's kind of like that, right? He's kind
really big.
He's not really big, but he's just kind of cool looking, and he's pretty chill for the most part.
Floofy.
Yeah. So anyway, the boys have a bantha toy. You know what that is? It's from Star Wars. It's like a woolly mammoth,
so.
right?
Yeah.
And so Shelby's looking at this thing, and she's like, "What happened to this toy?" And it's because it has all this hair on it, And so she's trying to comb. So one day she decides to comb it, right? And I guess the cat looks at her like, "Well, whoa, what are you doing? Where's mine at? Why are you Why are you combing this other animal's hair, right? Not knowing it's a toy because the cat's not that bright." Well, anyway, so Shelby, the cat kind of follows her around, and Shelby's trying to decides she's gonna wash this toy. Wash the hair of the toy to get it more matted and messy and everything like that. And the cat apparently wanted no part of that. Saw the water, boom, out. And I was just thinking to myself, cats are so funny, They probably thought it was going to get washed next. So that's a lesson to you. So, but my daughter-in-law did wash the toy, and it's now beautiful. Apparently, the hair is soft and supple now. So. There you go.
What a great lesson on bathing.
I know. And cats. So, Kevin, are you ready for the 12 days of Giftmas?
I was just going to say, I'm looking forward to it. We've been picking out some things, probably 2 or 3 of these things, but I'm really looking forward to it. That was a whole lot of fun. Got to meet some new people.
Yeah.
Retouch with some of the others. Jolene and I have seen each other a couple of times since then. She's actually done some work on on me, we should say.
Oh, has she?
Through
Oh.
her tattoo work.
Oh, you and Leslie have that in common.
We have.
Right.
And I think several friends of ours.
Yeah.
You know, the circle, the hippie circle, those weirds of us that just still love, at 62, still
All
love
us
getting
weirdos.
tattoos. All us
Yeah.
freaks.
Yeah.
That's me. I don't mind being a freak. I've been worse. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Have you got some people signed up for it
Well,
already?
so I mean, basically, right now we have the usual suspects who are already committed to it. We've got our long-term sponsors are all on it for free. So Gibson's and Napa. Gibson's is the presenting sponsor of this too.
Okay.
We'll see Joanne Marie and me most likely. We will see the Museum of Western Art. We will see everybody pretty much we had last year, because everybody who was on it last year,
lineup.
everyone who was on it last year saw value in it. So-
Apothecary Shop is the one that surprised me last year.
Yeah.
I just never thought about
Agreed.
Apothecary
Oh,
Shop.
they had
had
so much cool
wonderful
stuff.
kids'
Yeah.
Toys. Oh, it was good
Yeah,
stuff.
they had
Really
a
inspired me.
lot of good things to show off, and good folks as well. And then we're working on a few different ones too. Like the 323 Bakery is going to come this year, so they're going to bring dessert ideas for the holiday. We won't allow Clifton on the show that day because he's. How much did you have an apple cake today?
Yes, I did.
And how was it?
It's always good.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being.
Daisy does the best apple cake.
She just does it for you. That's the amazing thing about it.
I'm sure
Daisy
Brad-
knows her
it
way
is
around
good.
an apple cake.
Yeah.
It is good.
Yeah, she only makes it so Clifton can enjoy it. And then who else do we got? My hope is we get at least 20 people on it. And I was telling somebody about it the other day, and I think they thought I was crazy. When I was explaining it to them, I said, look, here's the deal, folks. I mean, we had fun last year with this show. People were obviously they loved what Kevin had. Joanne Marie and me. I think everybody on the show bought something from Joanne Marie and me. I know Leslie did, and then Julie Davis tried to copycat you. You should have fought her for
We
that.
copycatted each other.
Yeah. You know who we need to have on it? Can you put a word in for us, Kim? We need to have Friends of the Library on with gift ideas in the bookshop.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be great. They can come every day with a book. It's just $75 for the 12-day run. We start December 1st. We run through the 18th. It's going to be exciting to put it all together. But it's going to be what we saw last year, though. Like Dalton, for instance, became kind of a rock star out of that thing because, who thinks about going to Napa for Christmas presents? And he had some of the best ones out there. Kevin, you knew that was a deal. You bought some of those. You bought
I
chargers.
got the rechargers for everybody in the store. I got one for one person in the store. I gave it to one of the girls, and I thought one of my younger employees. I thought that's a really nice safety thing. Those little handheld, battery chargers. And everybody in the store, I gave them all these cool gift cards and cool gifts. They were all like playing with their charger. So
Yeah.
I went right back over and saw Dalton, and we got 4 of them. Everybody in the store got one, including my wife, and they're in every one of our cars. It's you can't get a better gift.
Yeah, and by the way, you don't need one of those stupid stainless steel cups. We've got a solution for you over at Dalton's place at Napa. We've got we'll just give you one of those big cans, the water jugs that weigh like 5 gallons of water. So we'll get Wendy to do it first. So there you go. I'm excited about what's coming up here in the next few weeks of stuff. What kind of things are you working on, Kim? Coming up on the show or in the library for the next few weeks? What do you got going on? What are the big events?
Well, October is when I do Teen-tober.
Teen-tober,
Where
okay.
the teens take over the teen room in the library.
Yeah.
We'll be doing the first Monday they'll be decorating their own Halloween house.
Okay.
There'll be the Mystery Craft Challenge,
Okay.
where they'll have an hour to do whatever they want, but they have to include the one mystery ingredient.
Okay.
And then will be the last Monday in October, they'll be doing mini golf in the teen room.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And then, of course, we'll be at Family Fright Night.
Okay.
And then there's the usual spooky cookies.
That's a good one too. Now, I think it was you and Rachel had the Christmas little house things, the little gingerbread houses.
Yes,
We're gonna do that again.
absolutely.
All right. See, now we had fun with that last year. Leslie, you'd probably enjoy that, making a nice little gingerbread house. We should do it on the show live.
should do that.
That would be fun.
I love a good tacky gingerbread house.
Yeah, let's do it live. Let's do one live, okay? You want to come back, Kim, and bring Rachel on? We'll do it live. Don't bring Danielle on, but bring just Rachel.
We'll see what we can arrange.
Okay, because Danielle's blown me off like twice this week, so she's on my list.
She's a very busy woman. Don't throw her under the bus like that.
She has a standing desk. It's troubling.
I know. Isn't that so cool?
I know. So, you know what? Actually, I shouldn't tease about the standing desk. I think Wende Jones would support it, and I actually wouldn't mind having one myself because it's nice to stand for like maybe 20 minutes and then you realize that's stupid. Let me sit down again.
Well, you're like a fidgeter. So
I am a fidgeter.
You kind of need to move around.
I need to move around a little bit. Clifton, what's going on Doyle for the next few weeks? What else you got going on?
On October 3rd, we have National Night Out. There'll be a band at Doyle.
Yeah.
Of course, there'll be dancing and food and music, and at that time we will also introduce to the whole community our marker that the city put up for us, which talks about the pleasure garden.
Oh, right. Is that the city, or is that Cuts?
That's Cuts.
Okay, yeah.
With the city.
The city's help, right?
Right.
Because that's really kind of Jeremy's kind of designed those things all over the place. Mm-hmm. I heard yesterday that the famous door is on its way to reopening in the next few months.
That's what I've heard. We haven't gotten any full confirmation on that, but it would be nice to get a restaurant back in the community.
I heard it's close. They're working on the kitchen now. There's activity over there now. The guy who's doing it, I'm not sure who it is off the top of my head, but
he's the owner of Rio Ranchero.
Oh, okay. But he's just been behind for COVID. Just puts everybody behind. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like trying to get stuff to do it, and and that's been a big issue for so many places. But wouldn't that be nice to have that back in operation?
It would be.
It would be. What about restoring the pleasure garden?
Hopefully we're going to do some little pop-up stuff.
Yeah.
Like have pop-up tents
right.
and serve some meals. Of course, they'll be free to the public, and put music out there and let people have the experience of dancing outside under the lights, under the stars, under the moon, right. on that same concrete slab because it's still there. Yeah.
Do you think there's anybody there that has pictures of the pleasure garden? There's not a lot of pictures out there. It's weird.
There are not. It's not a lot of pictures of the famous store. We have access to a storage unit. I just can't get in yet. Mm-hmm. And the lady used to be a photographer in the community. She used to be the community historian.
Yeah.
Everyone called her Florine. And there are a bunch of pictures there. So we're going to try to get in and go through those pictures.
That's where? Where's that at?
It's at one of the security storage places.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Now that would be the find. Because that was the one thing, I would tell Allison about. It's like, Dad, there's no pictures? Yeah, there's pictures at Barnett Chapel, like hidden away in some storage somewhere.
I have a couple of old pictures of the old Barnett Chapel.
Yeah.
In '63 before it was torn down.
It would just be great. It'd be a great archive of, to have that depository of resource or those resources available to remind people what it was really truly like. We have just a limited amount of sort of images from that period, but there's got to be more out there. So
what made the pleasure garden so unique, there was an 8-foot 10 fence around the whole pleasure garden.
Right.
And so the kids couldn't come in and see in.
Right.
But you could come in from 2 to 4 because everybody called him Uncle Hilly.
Right.
He would close the pleasure garden down so the kids could come in and skate. But at 4 o'clock, they had to get out.
There was because Uncle Jim down the street wanted to come in there and have a beer.
He wanted to have a cool one.
Have a cool one, right? So a lot going on with Doyle. How did the Saturday work out? By the way,
it was awesome.
Did you get any cake out of it? Did you get any?
No, the cakes got given to somebody else. I didn't win one. They thought it was rigged if I had. So.
Well, but.
Thanks to you.
I know. I would have filed a public records request and said, "Hey, the breaking news: Clifton Pfeiffer said that took 2 cakes from him and
Riggs Cakewalk."
Yeah, Riggs a Cakewalk. Headline.
Well, we had about 165 people. Ray Gutierrez did the music.
Yeah.
He's a local entertainer.
Right.
Who's very well known, and the cakewalks was successful. The food was good.
It was a beautiful. It was just a great day.
And thanks for calling me out wearing my shirt backwards. I appreciate that.
I know. Well, I have that same problem with my underwear most of the time. Or I wear my T-shirts on inside out, because sometimes you wash things inside out. But at least it was on straight, not backwards. So, I'm lucky I get myself dressed in the morning. You know, you're more put together. I mean, I just kind of, you're all tucked in. You look great. You got the Doyle thing on as well, and it's just perfect. So, all right, Leslie. Final thoughts for the day. What is on your list of things to go and do?
Well, I'm definitely going to get out to the Texas Arts and Crafts Fair and see all my friends, especially Sunshine Sunbeams is one of my favorite vendors out there. So she'll be there as well as some other artists. So that's the top of my to-do list.
Oh, I need to bring out
and then probably make it over to Doyle.
I need to bring out flyers for that because I want those artists to come on the show for the gift miss.
Yes, that's a great idea.
By the way, Leslie, here's Jennifer and Josephine. That is one of the.
I love that.
Yeah. You know, there's another book that I had as a kid about a Model T, and I think it was called Tin Lizzie, and it was about this car that was done. Look at this piece right here. Isn't that great? Look at that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that artwork's fabulous.
Yeah, I mean that guy should have it. There should be a collection of his art somewhere. You know.
I know. I love that style of drawing.
Yeah, I mean it's you know, it's almost like I mean this is there's so much going on in this particular piece that's just. You
can start it for hours.
You have a kid with hawking a print product. You have traffic. I mean, it's just a wonderful little story. So, but yeah, so Jennifer and Josephine, take a look at that one at the library, hopefully soon. All right, what else, Leslie?
That's the big stuff. Get out and enjoy something. I think everybody should.
Oh, you know what? I wouldn't have my camera on. They didn't show. Let me show the. Let me
you didn't show any of those pictures. You just showed my face reacting to it.
See, I have too much going on. See,
how embarrassing for you.
I know. I mean, Tawny Fontaine Jenner's gonna be really mad. Where did I go?
Oh, she's always mad about something.
Oh, I know. Let me go here. This is a tornado and a train. Where's the city one at? Oh, here it is. Here's the city. So this is the book that we have. We've given to the library. But I mean, what a great snapshot of, you know, sort of just the storytelling. The storytelling in that picture alone will take you 5 to 10 minutes just to kind of go through and see all the people who are rushing and doing things. There's what kind of things can you identify in the photo? Just a wonderful, you know, type of storytelling.
It's so great for kids.
Yeah,
kids
I mean,
like to really look at and really dissect that stuff.
Look
at it.
If you put an old cartoon up like the old Mickey Mouse stuff from like the 30s, it'll be kids will watch it. They will take a look like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this?
It's something very special about a hand-drawn cartoon and animation.
Exactly.
It's just magical.
Yeah.
To think of how they did it back then.
I know, absolutely.
In old cartoons, that was a way to introduce kids to classical music. Because behind all those old cartoons was your classical music.
Right. Yeah, because Walt Disney in particular loved classical music, and that was a big part of what he was up to. All right, Kim, what did you learn today?
I learned that there's a lot of things happening around town this weekend.
That's the beauty of it. Kevin Pillow, what did you learn today?
I'm thrilled about the door possibly opening back up over at Doyle. That sounds really exciting.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. And finally, Clifton Pfeiffer, did you learn anything today? You know it all.
No, but I learned that here in Kerrville, this is the place to be.
This is the
Whether
place.
you just want to make a friend, you want to go out with the crowd, or you want to hang out here at Pint and Plow. This is it.
This is it. This is the place to be. Folks,
say it better.
This has been great. It's been an unexpected. We were able to get Leslie on, even though she's stuck in that office back there. Is Julie done tomorrow with this camp that they're at? Or?
Yes, leadership. The retreat will be done, so everybody will be back to their big kid jobs on Friday.
It's like an adult daycare facility, isn't it? I mean, isn't that what they're
doing? It's like an adult summer
who's
away
leading
camp.
the leadership?
Yeah, who's in charge of leadership? Who's in charge? Do you know?
There's a steering committee.
Oh, Andrew Gay's on it, and Daniel
actually,
Forty.
Julie's on it.
Julie's on it. I bet Allison Boucher's. No, Allison Boucher's not there.
I think Chad.
Chad.
I think Chad.
Oh, Chad's
on it.
Yeah, right. From End of the Hills.
There's a couple of them.
Right.
Previous classes help put it on.
And they all brag, oh, I'm the best class, this and that. So, anyway, I get you. All right, Leslie, everybody, thanks for being here on a Thursday. We have one more day, folks, and then it's Friday. And then tomorrow, we're going to check in with Jennifer Peterson remotely because I was going to try to do the show out there on myself.
It'll be kind of a lot of work.
Well, it was just I had a piece of equipment fail on me on Monday,
There you
which
go.
I can fix it, but I haven't had the time to fix it. So we'll have Jennifer Peterson on the show tomorrow to kind of dial in what we're doing. And then what's going on with the Arts and Crafts Fair at the Hill Country Arts Foundation. We'll have the Dieter Center will be on tomorrow, and Peterson Health will be here talking about falls. So that's all tomorrow on the last show of the week. Just as a reminder, you can subscribe to the lead for just $10 a month. We hope you can do it. Just go to kerrcountylead.com, hit subscribe, and to give you some options there. $10 for the month, $100 for the year. And help us continue to build the lead and build quality journalism here in Kerr County. We had a couple big stories today. We had a big story today. We did a public records request for all of the documents associated with this election integrity thing. And let me tell you, we found some interesting things there, but mostly this is a Mike Lindell operation, the My Pillow guy. All this stuff comes from
great.
Mike Lindell. So it's interesting to think about that as well. Some people have said to me, well, the national stuff doesn't influence us here. Not so fast. Yes, it does. It's all about 2020. That's the key driver there. So with that, we are out of here. Everyone have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys again tomorrow.
No holding back, no stepping stones, no broken promises, no busy tones. Just what it takes. Just make believe. No one believes.